Welcome back, everybody. You have got the HiFi Mafia on your screen coming at you live and in living color. If anybody remembers that pop culture reference from many years ago. Joining you today, you've got myself, Giles McCoy, and the illustrious Howard Neller. Howard, how are you?
What's going on, man? I think we're at Bitcoin's at like 68,000 right now.
68, woohoo, 68,000. Let's go. And then again, also the illustrious Ray, the HiFi turtle. How do you say it? The only reptile adjacent.
I don't know if I'm the only still, but the leading reptile adjacent hi-fi and page on the internet.
That's cool. Awesome. Well, guys, glad to be here with you today. And for all the viewers out there that are joining us, we're happy to have you here in the studio with us. And today we are going to talk about a few different things, but the leader, well, the two big things will be just general hi-fi news, Q&A. So if you guys have any questions about your journey in hi-fi and what's hot and what's not and how to do things better or not, feel free to pop those questions up and we will get in depth as much as we need to answer your question. But we're also going to talk about the home entertainment show, which is coming up this coming weekend, starting on the, what is it, the 7th? Yeah, Friday the 7th, in sunny Southern California. But before we get started, Howard, what's going on? How are things in your world?
Well, I just wanted to note that we're missing one of the members of the Mafia today. Dan, Base Therapy, is not here. He's not feeling too well. So
he's not feeling well.
Yeah, he's a little girly man.
I think he ate one too many Texas rolls. That's what happened to him.
Yep, I'm sure.
Texas rolls.
Yeah. Well, what's going on? Something real exciting happened pretty much officially this morning. One of the really, I can't really release the name yet, but one of the really big, very well-known veteran reviewers is joining our team, who writes, has written for the biggest magazines and stuff like that. So we're excited about that, and that's going to be fantastic. We're working on our website and trying to get that out. And we have a full panoply of products that we're looking at now. I got the Forte 1 from Audio Group Denmark. I finally got that opened up and unboxed and about to set it up. It looked really cool. I shot some photos of it. It's going to appear in Copper Magazine probably next weekend. It's going to come out. And we got a contest we're giving away in the Facebook group, the Listening Chair with Howard Neller. We're giving away a stylus timer, stylus or tube timer. So you want to know how many hours you have on your stuff there. It's good to know.
Okay.
And also LP Gear has given us a couple of cartridges to give away, a couple of analog cartridges. So we've kind of paired those up into 3 analog goodie packages, and we're giving those away. All you got to do is follow the directions in the group in Facebook. So that's kind of cool. Giles and Ray, you guys are eligible. So check it out. And
right. I need to sign up for a record player giveaway so that I can have a record player to start.
Yep, there's that, right? So
I need that piece of gear.
Yeah. The good thing about it is that a good record player these days, or a decent one, is not that expensive. I mean, they've really
that's true.
Come down in price when you're looking at some of the high value tables like Project and other companies like that. So I'm looking for one right now for my listening room. It's going to be like a kind of state of the art table.
Nice.
And I think I'll hunt for a picture of one that I saw recently.
So Howard, let me ask you a question about record players and tell me your thoughts on this. Is it reasonable to buy something like and I'm thinking about just the kind of the visuals of it. So like the Techniques DJ looking style record player,
Right.
Can you buy one of those and then still have a good high-end audio experience out of one of those?
Well, yeah, I think yes. I mean, the Techniques tables are very good. I don't, know what you mean by high-end. I wouldn't exactly be pairing those with a Boulder, phono preamp and, high-end amplifiers and stuff like that. But those are good, solid, tables that you could put a lot of hours on, and they sound great. Techniques is really, just like you mentioned, Techniques is really, really impressed me. I mean, the stuff they've been coming out recently has just been a home run there. SB, whatever, Ray will probably know the model number, but SB 600 or something like that for like $1,000. And also I reviewed their one box player, the streaming amplifier. I reviewed that for sound and vision. That was $999. And boy, man, digital, completely digital. That's like hardly any of them right now. You really have to have some deep pockets and some technology behind you to do that, like with Panasonic. And boy, for $999 each, those products were grand slams, you know. So, but the answer is yes. I mean, you can get great sound out of those type of turntables. I wouldn't go too much into what's the company like Newmark, right? Or there's another company that they do I wouldn't go on that end, you know. But if you're going to stick with techniques, absolutely, you can get great sound. That's not going to be in a super high-end, high-resolution system, but for the money that you're paying, you're going to get great sound.
Yeah, I was looking at the SL 1200G Grand class. It's an expensive player. At least it's expensive
like
for me.
$4,000, right?
Yeah, yeah, but around $4,000. But I just like the way it looks, and I don't know. I just that kind of talks to me. Like I like the way that
it's a timeless design. You know, it's something that even through all the ages, through all the generations of techniques, it's always had a very similar look. So it's something that's, you know, kind of a hallmark for both pro audio and audiophiles as well.
Yeah, I went to the launch for that. They invited me to go to Jersey to some hotel there, and they auditioned it for me. I spent a while listening to it. It sounds great. It really does.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, and I don't have to have the $4,000 one, but you know, even like the 1200 GR2, I'm looking at their webpage. I don't remember all these model numbers, but you know, that one kind of that would be more than I would ever need, I would imagine. But that's for me, that I would love to just see that, and you know, when I drop a record on it and you know, listen, that would be cool. That I just love the look of those.
Also I have like a MoFi studio desk around here in one of my systems, and that's a great table. You know, you can upgrade the cartridge on that, and they sell a really little cool phono stage for it. It's like $200 or something like that. Now, bear in mind what that thing does is it digitizes. Purists won't like that because that little phono stage digitizes the sound as it works. But
yeah, there's a couple that are like that.
What's that?
There's a couple of phono stages like that. Like the one that I'm more familiar with is like the Puffin.
Yeah,
the Puffin phono.
Yeah,
like it digitizes the signal and like takes out like the clicks and pops, and gives you a clean analog out.
Interesting. That's kind of cool.
But you know, just like this is the golden age of audio, this is in many ways the golden age of turntables, because the quality is just getting better and better and better.
All right, on. I do like the look of that MoFi record player, the one that's got the Fender colors or whatever.
Yeah,
looks like the guitar.
Fender. Yeah, it's got the sunburst kind of look.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool too. I mean, it's not my aesthetic necessarily. I don't know that I would put it my spot, but I think it looks really cool.
You know what the problem is that not a problem with turntables, but if you're going to really start, you know, multiplying your sources, you're going to have a very complex audio system, especially if you're not going to use an integrated amplifier. If you use a one-box streaming integrated amplifier with a built-in phono stage, that's one thing. But boy, it's like if you have a CD player and a turntable and a separate streamer, you know, like and it just gets, and the cable requirements are just, and you maybe have power supplies for these things. You have an outboard power supply and for the turntable and for the CD player, and it's just
that's one of my struggles right now. I built this rack maybe I think last year, and I was like, this thing's going to be big. It's 2 by 4 feet, you know, it's got 2 shelves. I was like, this is going to be enough for everything that I can throw at it. I can have a view stuff in, and now I've got stuff sitting on the floor because I don't have enough room. So I'm going to have to try to hook up with a rack company or something like that and get into a 3-tier shelf and maybe even a little bit wider or deeper configuration.
Yeah, we got a question for you, Ray. So Mr. HiFi Turtle, what type of speakers are those behind you? They look expensive.
Yeah, they are very expensive. These are the Gobo high-end. I don't know the exact model. I know it's their top of the line, their reference. They're a $250,000 for the pair.
Chump change.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, one thing I wanted to say about racks. So one of the most common questions I get from people is, should I, trade up from the esoteric, separate CD transport and the DAC into the mono, like the mono DAC. Everything is broken apart at that level. So even the DAC, it's a mono DAC. So you have two of them, right?
Mhm.
And so, and I say to people, I'm like, listen, like, can you get unbelievable sound at the level you're at? Yes. And will you get better sound if you move up to that level with the mono blocks and the mono DACs and stuff like that? But the requirements, but the requirements for not only for power cords but for rack space are just incredible, and you really have to take that into consideration when you're buying at that level. Not many people have racks are super expensive, and not many people have the ability to. Very few that I know have the ability to really facilitate that many expensive boxes, and you don't want to stack them up on each other. So it's a common question I get.
Yeah. And from my perspective, like in my room right here, I'm still building all this stuff. It never ends, right? But I've got a solid steel, and it's a 4 shelf, right? And I'm using a ever so low DMP A8, kind of as the heart of everything. So it streams and it's the preamp, right? And that's it's like a mid-tier kind of gear, right? Not super expensive. It's like $2,000 or 1,800 or something for that unit. But then that gives me 3 shelves, and right now my top shelf is a HP printer, um, and I've determined that component does not improve the sound of the system in any way. So I'll be able to move that out, and then maybe
A/B testing.
Yeah, I've done a lot of A/B testing with the printer in and out, and just it didn't do anything. But in my head, I agree with you, Howard. It gets really complex because I want to put a turntable on top, and then I want to have a dedicated CD player, and then I want to have the the streamer, which is also going to be the preamp. But then my amplifier, I've got a Stark A3, and it's humongous. I might be able to get it on a shelf, but it's like deeper than the shelf is deep. So it sits on the floor in front of everything. And it weighs like 95 or 110 pounds.
What's the Stargate 3? That's an amplifier?
The Stark Sound A3.
Amplifier. Oh, Stark Sound. Okay. Well, there's an old audio saying that amplifiers love the floor, and so you can put those on a separate like amp platform on you don't got to put that on your rack. And
I have an amp platform, but it's even too small for this amp. So I've got to come up with an amp platform for it. Maybe I can get a solid steel that matches the one that the shelves that I have that is big enough. But it's hard to find that stuff. But yeah, the cabling just goes nuts, and it doesn't look nice.
Yeah.
No, you should see. Like my reference system it's beautiful, hand crafted gear, but the setup is not. It's made for performance only, not for looks. There's cables. I probably have in my main system probably 150 cables.
Yeah.
When you consider everything's grounded, and haven't set it up again, but in my old setup, every component was grounded, every cable was grounded. The ventilation system behind the metal ventilation system behind the system, that was grounded. Every rack is grounded. And you have the power conditioners and grounding blocks and all that stuff gets their own power cord. So it's a substantial investment, and it can, when something goes wrong and when you get a ground home, it could drive you pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Agreed. Well, let's move on to Ray. What's happening in your world?
In my world, probably the most recent. Well, I'm going to the show, so we'll get to that in a little bit, I'm sure. So it's very exciting. It's going to be my first time at these shows, and it's going to be the first time at a show that's not Expona. So really excited for that as well. I've got the new Galleon A75 coming in. That's I think a $1,500 or $2,000 amp, something in that range. That's the Thomas & Stereo brand Galleon, and that'll be a cool little piece of kit to try out.
That's nice. That's cool.
Really
well,
cool. What's up in Dan's world? We don't know, huh?
I don't know.
He's
Kimber cables.
More Kimber cables, just Kimber cables, nothing else. I know he recently got a pair of Wharfdales, He got a pair of Wharfdale, the 85th anniversary of the Liddens.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Wharfdales. Those are nice looking speakers.
Yeah.
Although I can't, in my head, remember what they sound like. Yeah, I can't. My
I did like them
hi-fi
when I've heard them at shows and other places. So they're a good pair of speakers for sure.
Yeah, I can't in my
Not
head
that
say, oh,
expensive
they sound
either.
like this. I don't remember. Cool. And then my world. I just dropped a review of a TCL 65-inch, the 65Q650F TV, which is a 2023 model. But my big take home message there is for less than $500, if 65 is your right size, you can get a heck of a good TV nowadays. So I dropped that one and working on a Samsung soundbar for their top of the line flagship video, and then Hisense TV and some other stuff. So things are humming along. And I did a live stream where I stumbled through the UI for the Trinov processor. it just reinforced how full of features and complex that piece of kit is. I mean, it is ridiculous. I mean, it does everything. But let's talk about the show.
But wait, could we, before we get to that? So, Giles, while we're still in your world, kind of,
Yeah.
I did see that Panasonic has gotten out of the high-end projector business. What's your thought on that?
I would hazard to say that maybe Panasonic wasn't ever in the high-end projector business. So in general, Panasonic isn't a name that a lot of people think of when they're like, okay, what do I want to buy for a projector for my home theater? Usually the top go-tos, you're going to see, let's see, JVC is up there. You've got Sony. Epson on the low end. Sony competes very directly with JVC on the high end. Down at the lower end, you've got BenQ as well. And I would say those four are typically the four most often in the US market that you see thrown around. There are other ones like Optoma, however you want to say it. And I've actually got one of those in the other room right now too, that are fine projectors. But those four that I called out are usually the four that you see. Now, if you go high end, there's also, the Barcos and all kinds of crazy stuff like that, right? But for normal people kind of theaters, those are the ones that you usually see. So I'm not familiar with Panasonic as a projector brand really at all myself.
I think they were mostly in like professional theaters and things like that.
Okay, right on. That makes sense. Yeah, I know that they did a lot of outside of professional theaters. They also did like workplace style projectors, stuff. So in the old days, people didn't have these, cheap 100-inch screens, so they would buy that kind of projector and do 720 or 1080p or something like that, and that's what they would use to show their PowerPoints and that kind of stuff. But now, it's really that market is being consumed by the large form factor direct view screens, because the price is lower than even what the projectors were, and you don't have to worry about lighting and that kind of stuff. You just use it in a fully lit room. And then, as I've talked about before, that's also going to start consuming these JVC and Sony projectors in home theater as well. But that'll take a little more time and some more lower cost, larger screens. But it's coming. It's coming.
Cool. All right.
Cool. All right. So the show season is still off and running. We are in full gallop right now, and the next big one that I'm aware of is the home entertainment show. And Ray and I will be there this coming weekend. So if you guys want to stop by and say hi, feel free to look for us there. And Van Gool, welcome to the show. And all you other people that are out there watching, say hi. Put a comment in. Come on. Don't be strangers. We love comments. Say hi. Ask your questions. But Ray, so this is your big departure from Expona, huh?
Yeah, this is a big departure.
So what's your plans for the show, and do you have any expectations? Have you got anything in your head of what you think it's going to be like?
Not too many expectations. I guess I've seen some things that I haven't seen at Expona. I've seen something, the rooms are definitely different as well, being at a different hotel and all that. There's some really large rooms that actually look pretty nice. And honestly, I would say maybe even a little bit better than some of the large rooms at Expona, since those are kind of more ballroom-like. and these are a little bit more maybe a conference room like, if you will, to where they're a little bit lower in the ceiling, which is probably a lot nicer for the acoustics. There's some really cool stuff. I'm hoping that I don't know if I saw them on. I know that they exhibit there pretty frequently. Black Ocean Audio. I really do want to hear that. I know Nick is a big metalhead, so I want to hear what he's done with those. So because I know he had it in mind when he made them, and I think it's MC Tech, the big ones that kind of look like wind sails.
Yeah, MC Tech, MC Audio Tech or something like that. Yeah,
I haven't seen those at a show before, so I'm looking forward to hearing some of those because I know that they'll be there as well. And I think one of the other ones it's a British manufacturer. I'm not sure if they're going to be there or represented. Graham Audio, that's who it is.
All right. I don't know if people can read this, but I've pulled up the exhibitor list, and it's not really clear even on the webpage, but there will be a few people here. It's not as big as Axpona, but I think it's got enough rooms to keep people busy for 3 days, you know, and not everybody's going to be there for 3 days. So if you're only there for a day or two, you absolutely won't have enough time. So here's your MC Audio Tech. They're going to be in Balboa too. So let's quickly run through this then, and just make comments on any of these that any of you folks out there that might want to ask questions about or us just to comment on. Kevin says he will be there. So Kevin, I would love for you to say hi and find us. So that'd be cool. Love to meet you. And Richard asked, are you attending M-Wave? I will not be at M-Wave. So for folks that don't know, M-Wave is the Midwest AV Extravaganza or something like that, or Expo. Yeah, and that's Michael's home theater centric show, which is it's gaining steam. So I'm really happy to see that happen for him. But let's see. So we got AA Audio, Acora. That's the one everybody says, man, they have so much bass.
You can
then
a little bit, Charles?
What's that?
Can you blow up your browser a little bit, or
that's as good as it gets? I can. Oh no, here we go. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, it's a little better.
Okay, it's bigger. Cool. Yeah, it's kind of
bigger. Down. I mean, the quality's a little low, but at least I think it's more readable. AER, I don't know those guys. AGD, so this is like the tube amp. Good. Yeah. Acoustica Eterna, Albedo silver cables.
Albedo cables. They're supposed to be good.
All right. Allegretto Vineyard and Resort. All right.
No.
It's going to be in the women's lounge and the lifestyle lounge. Alma Audio.
Alma should be pretty good.
Yep. Alma carries like YG speakers and Vinny Rossi electronics.
So they're a distributor.
I think
they're retailer.
Yeah, they're a dealer, but they have multiple locations. So they're a pretty big dealer.
Okay. All right. So dealer there. Then AlphaSun UK Tone Arms. Aperion Audio. And you don't see Aperion Audio in shows ever.
You typically don't. Yeah. So that'd be cool to see those guys.
Yeah, and they're a direct to consumer company. So they don't work through dealers. And I actually have a set of speakers that I'm going to do a video for on those here pretty soon. Arendal. That's another company that doesn't do shows.
Yeah, that'll be cool to see. I'm very excited for that too.
Yeah, and I did a subwoofer review for those guys not too long ago. ARS, I don't know how to say this last word. Machina. I don't know what that is at all. Artesania Audio.
Yeah, no, sounds like a dealer to me.
ATC, we know.
Everybody knows ATC. Atlantic Home Entertainment and Stereo.
Sounds like a dealer.
Atlas Cables. Don't know.
There's a lot of cable manufacturers out there.
Yeah. ATR Service. Don't know. Audio Frog.
Don't know what the frog is. Although, be careful, Ray.
I know they're close. They're not reptile. I mean, that's amphibians.
They're amphibians. They're
amphibians, not reptiles.
They're the leading amphibian adjacent
amphibian audio channel. Oh man, we'll have to see about that.
But they're going to be in the Headphonium. So maybe they make headphones. Audio Group Denmark. We all know those folks.
That'd be very good.
Audio Note UK.
That should be very good too.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, yep. Audio Realignment Technologies.
Okay, sounds interesting.
Don't know. Audio Technica. All right. right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. Audio Quest, R-Render, we all know those.
Yeah.
AV Room Service.
That's
They're,
Norm Varney's company. He sells vibration control products, and also he designs listening rooms, and he's into all that kind of stuff.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I'm not familiar with them, so I'm happy to check that one out. A Weedio Audio.
Don't know it.
I don't know.
Nor do I know Badass Hi-Fi.
Yeah, badass hi-fi.
But their web page is margulis.com. Margulis.com. That's weird. I wonder if that's a typo.
Could be a front for some type of illicit activity.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, one of my favorite brands, just for a number of reasons. I love Bang & Olufsen. Man, I love their stuff.
You know what I really hope that they bring is their new 9000 CD player. And
right on.
It's not even new because it's a throwback. They had it maybe probably 30 years ago. But
is it the vertical one?
It's the one that I think you can have it vertically, but it's like horizontal. Typically, is what I see.
And the glass.
The glass, and you see like the thing like it looks like a vending machine almost, but it's like and it takes the CD and like pops it out, or it starts playing that one. Like it's pretty cool. But they brought that back now. They refreshed it. There's it's in production again. So I actually really hope that they bring that because I want to at least get some content with it. If not, I can try to finagle a review unit or something like that because that thing is sweet.
Dude, when you get done with the review unit, send it my way because I'm not I don't really get all turned on by CD players often, but that one, you're right. That's something special.
It's such a unique company. I would never ever consider not because it's bad or anything. I would just never consider buying one of their products, for one of my systems. And maybe that's maybe that's my bad, but I don't, their stuff can be expensive, and they know as much as anybody. I mean, they make so much OEM products for other people in the market that they know their expertise is as good as anybody else's or better. But you just don't. It's not a name I would think about. Maybe
it's the audience in the market that they're really gunning for. So they're not trying to get the high end 2-channel
right
audience. They're I don't think
lifestyle,
they really
right? High end lifestyle.
If they are 100%. You're right. Like the most high end of lifestyle. They're Dalek speakers. If anybody catches the reference, Dalek, the Doctor Who.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So those things sound amazing.
Yeah,
although you would never see like a high end 2-channel person put those speakers in their home. But I would kill for a pair of those. I mean, they're just so dang expensive.
The Bayo Labs.
The Bayo Labs. Yep. Beautiful stuff. All right. Barclay Butera. Don't know.
No, they're in the women's lounge.
Basil Audio.
Probably a dealer.
Berkeley Audio Design.
Berkeley should be good.
I'm not. What is Barclay?
Well, I guess Berkeley Design is the guy Berkeley who makes the DACs.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
They make really great stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob's Devices.
Nope.
Botnik.
Boniki.
Yeah, that thing. Yes.
The wood speakers. They're pretty cool.
Okay. Borison, we know those guys. Braun Audio.
That should be interesting.
Brinkman's going to be here. That's cool.
Brinkman's a cool brand.
Really cool.
Butcher Block is who I'm hoping to finesse for a rack.
Nice. Yeah. Butcher Block makes really nice racks.
I'm going to be right back. I got to get my turtle out of the bath.
Oh. Did he say that he has to get his turtle out of the bath?
I think that's what he said.
Yeah. I'm not joking about that.
Only here, ladies and gentlemen, could the show be interrupted by getting your turtle out. And it's not even a reptile.
But why?
It is a reptile.
Why does a turtle have to leave the bath?
So the bigger question is a bath different than the normal turtle habitat?
Oh, it has to be. But yes. I mean, I don't know.
All right.
I guess we'll find out more soon.
We will find out more. Cabas.
Yep.
CAD.
Really cool company. They're active in the cable and grounding space. They got some UK company, I believe, and they got some really cool products.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that then. Cake Audio. I'm familiar with them. Carry Audio. I don't know them.
Carry Audio is another unique type of company. They make good products. They don't typically do shows, but they're
Yeah.
2-channel guys, and they march to their own tune, and they've been doing it for a long time, and they're good at what they do.
Yeah, one thing I'm kind of noticing here as a theme, and we're only through the C's right now, but there are a lot of companies that will be here that you typically don't see at hi-fi shows, which I think is really nice.
Yeah,
Right.
it's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, that's really cool. CH Precision, no idea.
Yep.
Oh, CH Precision. So
No, CH Precision's top of the line.
Yeah, top of the line.
I don't even know what they make.
They make,
The amps, amplifier, all electronics.
They make electrical components, but
yeah,
if you're talking to me about like the top 5 brands out there, and just in my head, they're one of them.
Right on.
Analog, that extremely expensive. Nothing from Switzerland. They're from Switzerland. Nothing from Switzerland is cheap.
It's the CH is Switzerland's country code, so that's the.
But if
I'm with you.
you want to see exactly how warm and clean and precise and beautiful digital can sound, man, that's the company.
That's the one. All right. Well, then that's high on my list then. All right. Coda Audio.
Yep.
Crestron. So that's a home control system for those that are in 2-channel world that don't look too much at home in just general home technology. So that's a control system. Crystal Cables.
Right.
And I can't. Dart Zeal.
Dark Seal, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dart Zeal.
Yep.
DS
Dart
Audio
Zeal has this golden colored, beautiful, really super expensive boutique components that for many years kind of sounded like they looked, in this kind of golden kind of, but really gorgeous handmade stuff. Absolutely expensive, very, very cool stuff.
Nice. DS Audio.
Okay.
Durand Tone Arms, way outside of my comfort zone there. EAR.
Yep.
Another brand that makes top grade components.
Yeah.
Right on.
A lot of tube stuff. A lot of phono stuff.
ELAC North America. Very familiar with them.
Yep.
They're super popular in home theater world. Elekit. Elekit.
Yeah. It's a build it yourself amplifier. I think they have a build it yourself preamp as well. Pretty cool stuff.
Okay. In Music. Estalon.
Yeah.
We know those folks
very well.
After Evolution. That, I don't know anybody other than Furitech.
Final. I know Final.
Yeah, Final makes earbuds.
I don't know if the Final this Final is the same as the headphone company though. Oh, I know there's a Final, the headphone company, and there's a Final, the electrostatic speaker company. I don't know if they're the same company though, but I know there's 2 different products that carry the Final name.
Okay, yeah, because I've got a set of the Final earbuds, and they're kind of cool, and they're like this blocky kind of rectangular with a black with a kind of texture surface. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, the one that makes the electrostatics at Expona, at least in every bathroom in Expona, they had a sticker on the mirrors, and it said Final Audio, the only woman approved speaker brand, and I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
That's a reach. All right, so we'll pull the rest of these. So Evolution, Factory Records, Frankenstein Records, Furotech, and Fuse Audio. All right.
You guys know Furitech, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuga,
Cool.
Fine Audio, Gestalt, Grimm, Groove Note, Griffin. Griffin's always good to see. They have really beautiful stuff.
Griffin's
well, Griffin's going to have a very large room at the show. I know that. So I'm looking forward to that, because I will say at Expona, I wasn't blown away. I thought, all the hype around Griffin, that it was going to be, I was going to be whisked away to something that I'd never ever heard before, into a whole, new world of audio nirvana. I can't say that happened. It sounded pretty good, but I wouldn't say that it was like, magical in any sort of way, or mythical in any sort of way. So in the larger room, I'm very excited to hear Griffin again.
Hana cartridges. I always confuse these guys with the cartridge company that went out of business.
Koetsu.
Yeah, Koetsu. I don't know why I do that, but I always do. Harmonic Resolution Systems. I don't know what that is.
Racks.
The racks. Okay.
Racks.
Harmony Gates. Hear This. Okay. Is there any relation to Now Hear This?
I was thinking about that. I don't know. Maybe the Now left. Maybe he left.
Yeah, maybe that part of the company, Mr. Now, is no longer with Mr. Here, Mr. This. Hi-Fi Man, Hi-Fi Stay, High End by Oz. So he's a dealer. Well, he's an importer too, right?
He is importer too, I think. Yeah. Daniel always tells me, Ray, you got to go to the High End by Oz room at this show. You got to listen to the exclusive reel-to-reel tapes that he has because they're amazing.
Yeah, you got a good Dan going on there.
You do.
High-res hi-fi, which is something that we always want. Horning Hybrid Systems.
Okay.
House of Stereo.
It's a stereo. Jeff Harvey's dealership and Florida-based dealership.
Yep. Ian's Music Collectibles. Sounds like a dealer.
Sounds like, to me, it sounds like a guy someone who's selling vinyl records.
Yeah, it's on eBay.
Yeah, eBay store.
Yeah, eBay store. Ideon or Ideon Audio.
I know the name, but I can't think of them.
And then how do you say this one? Is it Inuos?
Inuos.
Okay,
yeah, Inuos, yeah.
Island Routers.
Yeah, I mean, they sell routers. I don't know much. They sell Wi-Fi routers. I don't know much about.
I'm going to give my skeptical look at them. That's my skeptical look. J Porter Studios, have no clue what that is.
No idea.
Jamie Audio, Jeff Rowland, JMF Audio, Joseph Cali Systems Design. That sounds like a dealer?
Sounds like a dealer.
All right, now near and dear and close to my heart, Kaleidoscape. Man, I'm happy. That's cool. Kaleidoscape's awesome. That it's a movie player. It's a source component to play.
Does the average person need a Kaleidoscape player?
I would say that the average person doesn't need anything that's on this list. But no, the average person is going to have
the average audio file or video file.
Well, the average audio file would have no interest whatsoever in Kaleidoscape.
Right.
The average video file would probably be going with like a 4K disc player. So this is like high-end theater. And Kaleidoscape just got into cinema distribution for content as well. So you would go to AMC and they would have a Kaleidoscape system in the back that has the distribution for the movies, and they would pump that into their theater. So that's their new line of business.
That's cool.
Kimber Cable. Dan's favorite, Kimber Cable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kermis Audio. Kubla.
Kermis, I think they make a record cleaner or something like that.
Record cleaner.
Record cleaners, yeah. Kubala Sosna. I don't know that.
Cables. They make cables.
Yeah.
The cables. Okay. Lampizator.
Everybody knows Lampizator. Cool stuff.
Everybody knows. And it's a great name. It makes me think of like a robotic Godzilla or something whenever I hear the name. I don't know why.
But I think the O is supposed to be a 0 or a capital O at the end there. They kind of did it. They didn't recognize that. But.
Yeah. Lanch Audio.
Yeah, I've seen them at shows.
I don't know anything about them. Legacy, they're good.
Yeah.
Linear Tube,
great speakers.
Yeah, really good speakers. Linear Tube Audio.
Yep, a lot of headphone stuff.
Yep, Lone Mountain.
Lone Mountain Audio is a dealer who and or distributor who ATC is one of their products that they represent.
Yeah, I think they are. They might be the U.S. distributor for ATC.
Right on.
They're a big dealership.
Lutron.
Interesting.
So that's probably the lights control system. Lux Second something.
Snob?
Yeah, I don't. Is it an in?
Yeah, I'm thinking it.
Lux Second Snob. No clue.
Interesting.
Lyra.
Cartridges.
MA Recordings. Magenta, which again, another one that's under the Margulis. Margulis.com. Weird.
I feel like that's got to be a mistake.
Magic
Beans Audio. I love that name.
Which one?
Magic Beans Audio.
Yeah, so that's the Blu-ray from Technodad.
Oh.
It's for configuring our at least being able to kind of test out your Atmos system.
Okay.
Magico,
Which
who I don't
I've
know who
heard
that
that it will be the exclusive and only showing, or the first showing of the or the first listening or active showing of the S5.
Cool.
New S5. So that'd be cool in the US.
And Magnetar, they make Blu-ray players,
Oh, really?
and they are a sister company of what used to be Zapedi that went out of business and was replaced by the Rvolution file player.
This is
Again, I've never.
interesting. I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's like a mix of really like of home theater and 2-channel audio.
Yeah, it's definitely not a pure 2-channel show by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other stuff going on here, which for me is really appealing. Now we get to the really
the real Margulas. Well, the real Margulas, please stand up.
Yeah. Massive Audio Designs, MC Audio Tech,
Yeah.
Macintosh, Merrill J Art. Okay.
Interesting.
Middle Atlantic, they make racks.
Okay.
But not like 2-channel racks. They make like 42U cabinets, that you for home, like network closets and home theater and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Mola.
Yep.
They make DACs. They make DACs.
I think they have an amplifier as well, an integrated amplifier. They have a phono stage.
Right on. See, I'm obviously out of touch with the larger DAC environment right now, because all the companies you're like, it's DACs. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that one. It was DACs. Mon Acoustic.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they make mono blocks. MSB Technology, Nagra, Needle Clinic at Phono Cartridge. Retipping.com.
Yeah.
All right.
So they're a service where you can take your old cartridge and get it retipped so you can, use it again.
Right on. And is this Oriaco?
Don't know.
Yeah, Oriaco.
Don't know what's going
Don't
on.
know. Out of Date Records, Pad Hi-Fi, Pathos, yeah, PBN, yeah.
Pad Hi-Fi is TAD's distributor.
Yep.
They also distribute a line of Pro Gear, and they're also the sister company to the company who is designing my room.
So. Yep. And they're all associated with what's his name?
David.
I can't think of it. Yeah.
David Malakpour.
Yep. Prana Fidelity, Prima Luna, Reference Components.
Don't know Reference Components.
All right. Rockaway Records. I don't know. Rockport, yes. Rune, happy to see them there. You don't see them at shows often.
I got to get in touch with those guys. Yeah.
I use them every time I listen to music. I'm using Rune pretty much, so they got me. RSL, another small direct consumer company. I actually owe them a video right now. I got a couple of their brand new 10-inch subs that I'm gonna test out, but I won't get it done before the show. Sam's Wine and Spirits. I wonder if they're gonna have samples.
Oh, I'm sure.
Man, okay. S Booster. I don't know. Is that like
they're power supplies?
Yeah, they're power supplies. All the little devices you have around your house that, like the Roku or whatever, that you want a better power supply for.
Okay. I was going to say, are they kind of like our friends over the Tiger or whatever it was? Tiger Fox.
No.
Yeah, did you guys see that post? They're a pretty no nonsense kind of company, and they have a pretty good product at a reasonable price. And
nice.
Their power supplies, like, because they're external and they got like this big kind of like, it's a power cord, and they've got this like box, this like black box essentially where the stuff goes on. I don't know if it's still like this, but I remember their earlier products, and it looked like a old Xbox 360 power supply.
Yeah, that's the one, the long black box.
Yeah, it looked just like the Xbox 360 power supply, and I was just like, there's no way.
That's funny.
Yeah, but anyone who's looked for a power supply knows you can drive yourself nuts. And they start getting expensive. So you always know that if you go to S Booster, you can at least get something decent. So
that's good. All right. And then Schecter guitars.
All right.
I don't know. It's going to be in the Music Instrument Museum.
For your guitar players out there.
Scott Walker, we know.
Yep.
Shimmer Cables.
Yet another cable company that I don't know.
All right. And then my favorite cable company, Shinyata.
Why is Shinyata your favorite?
I don't know. They just are.
I like the Shinyata, the Omega cable that looks like a hoverboard. You know,
Sure.
the hoverboards the kids ride with the 2 wheels.
Yeah.
They've got a speeder cable that looks just like that, or like this. At least that's what I think it looks like when I see it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just I've always had a soft spot in my heart for Shinyata, and I like their Everest power distribution
Yeah,
thing.
it is cool looking.
It just because it looks super cool, and I don't know. I just like their aesthetic. Syntax RME.
Don't know.
Songer Audio.
Speakers.
I don't know them.
Speakers. Songer.
Sonorous.
I know the name.
Yeah.
Sonus
Sonus
Faber.
Faber.
I know those guys.
Yep.
And this one's interesting. Sony.
Yeah.
They must be. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they bring. Solution
Solution is again one of the handful of top 2-channel companies that come to mind immediately. I mean, if I'm thinking some of my favorite brands, I'm thinking about really high-end brands. I'm thinking about Griffin. I'm thinking about CH Precision. I'm thinking about Solution. I'm thinking about Esoteric. Those are some of my favorite high-end brands.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on. Yeah, I'm completely unfamiliar with Solution.
Sparkler Audio.
Sparkler Sparler Audio.
No, Sparkler Audio.
Sparkler. It is Sparkler.
Yeah.
I can't read the text. Sparkler. Spatial Group.
Okay.
And that's who's Spatial Group? I should know. Let me I gotta Google Spatial Group. Spatial Group. I don't find it when I do a quick spatial audio calibration toolkit. Spatial Group. I don't know. SPL, yep. I know those folks. Stage 3 Concepts, I don't know.
No idea.
Steinway Lingdorf, know those folks. Love their stuff. Oh, they have that new speaker that just came out. I saw a picture of it. I don't remember the model number, but I hope whatever that is, they have it here. But it was really cool looking.
Would you consider Steinway a lifestyle brand, high-end lifestyle brand? Also?
They for sure have products that are in the high-end lifestyle. They're like a Bang & Olufsen kind of.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, that's another company that I would be very happy to put their gear like all over my house. But I don't think high-end 2-channel folks are going to be like, I want Steinway Lingdorf. And,
right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
However, Stenheim, I think a lot of 2-channel folks would be like, bring them on. And I would be too. And I like their aesthetic of their design too. Streamline HiFi, don't know.
No.
Sun Valley, don't know.
No.
Sunny, everybody knows Sunny.
Yeah, Sunny.
Yeah.
SVS. So Nick should be in the house from SVS, and they're a home theater company that's moving into more and more 2-channel and lifestyle. And their new Ultra Evolution towers are pretty darn good. And I'm supposed to get a pair to review at some point, but not yet. I think they're going with the bigger channels before me. Damn it. 6 Desserts.
All right.
Yep. I'm getting hungry.
Synergistic. We're familiar with those folks.
Yeah.
TAD. We're familiar with those folks.
Tyco.
Yep.
Yep. High-end servers, DAX.
Yep.
Tecton. We should ask them if they have any holes in the bottom of their speakers that need to be. Did they plug them with the feed or not before they?
Oh my god! Oh man, I'm surprised that they're willing to go to shows these days. They got to let that die down a little bit.
Yeah. Andrew Jones has a room, I guess.
Andrew Jones.
Andrew Jones.
Well, I'm gonna make something called an Andrew Jones.
That Giles McCoy.
Yeah, that. The Audio Association. I don't know. Tone Optic. Don't know. Tonian Labs. I saw them a couple of years ago at Expona, and he made a pair of bookshelves and then also a bunch of demo CDs. So he also does recording as well, but I can't remember the gentleman's name, but I'm familiar with him. Tonin Sound. Trefomatic.
Components.
Okay.
Tube stuff. Really cool tube stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Triangle Art.
Yep. No triangle art.
Triangle turntables.
Yep. United Home Audio.
Reel-to-reel players.
Okay. See, that's another thing that I would like to have one of, and then just like one reel to play on it, because I would never actually use it for anything. But I just keep one loaded up.
The one thing I'm jealous of from Ted Denny is he's got this reel-to-reel of Kraftwerk, a live recording of Kraftwerk.
Ooh, nice.
And it's so good on reel-to-reel. And I don't know.
One of the best sources.
I don't know how he got it. I don't know where he got it, but it's if I had a reel-to-reel player, like that would be the reel-to-reel to have.
Nice.
There was a golden age of reel-to-reels where you could get, source material at a reasonable price. Those days are gone.
Yeah, those good.
Now you have to go buy them from what's that lady's name that said all the shows that sells the reel-to-reels? She's like from the Czech Republic or something.
Oh, not sure.
I don't know.
She's always in like the record rooms, and she's got all her reel-to-reels in there. But I can't think of her name. VAC. Oh, I skipped upscale audio. Via Blue, I don't know. Cables. Acoustic, we know. We know.
This will be good.
Yeah, I would love. Yeah, that's always going to be good. And then what is this? I can't read it.
Viva Audio.
Oh, Viva. Okay.
Yep.
VK Music. I don't know.
No.
Oh, here's Giles' favorite.
Who? Von Schweikert. Yeah, Von Schweikert. Von Schweikert. It's good stuff.
Great stuff. We did a video with them recently.
I've never had any of their stuff like in easy hands reach before. VPI.
Okay.
And wah.
Interesting.
Wow Records. Wham Engineering, Wally Tools. Yep. Wave Kinetics, I don't know. Wave Touch Audio, I don't know. Western Electric, I don't know.
Tubes, and I think they make they make an amplifier also, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Now that you're totally right. Westminster Lab.
That
is that like electronics,
headphone stuff.
I thought it was like
they mix 2-channel stuff.
Maybe I'm getting them mixed up with someone. Let me see.
I thought it was like a puppy farm. Westminster Labradors.
Oh my God, I know exactly what you're talking about, Howard, but I can't think of the name for some reason.
No, you're right. They have components. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Very cool looking. Very minimalist looking.
Yes.
Very cool. Really, really nice.
Yeah.
This next one I'm really excited to see because I don't think I've ever seen them anywhere before. Maybe I'm just forgetting.
I don't think so either. Weem, yeah.
That's really cool. And I hope they have the Weem Ultra.
Yeah.
Weem.
Yeah, they announced that and they displayed it at Munich. So I'm really I'm dying to get my hands on one of those because that's like right down my alley.
You got a contact up over there
at Weem?
Yeah,
I've got a contact with a marketing company, but I don't know anybody directly at Weem.
Okay.
Yeah. Wilson Bench. How you say it?
Benesh.
Benesh.
Yeah.
Is it Benesh? Wilson Benesh? There's so many Wilsons. I always get them all confused. Wilson Benesh. Wolf von Lange.
Don't know.
Speakers.
I like the name. And then what is this one? Eeg Acoustics. YG. This is one of my most lusted for speaker brands. I would love to have a pair there.
I will be selling a slightly used pair of YGs pretty soon. Is when I get the flagships in.
Right on. Yeah. I'll have to pass on that. The only way I'll ever get a pair is if somebody just gifts them to me. But they'll just always be on the list. Ypsilon and
great
Zingali.
company from Greece.
Yep. And Zingali Acoustics. So this is a eclectic mashup of companies.
It is.
And I think I'm going to enjoy the mashup quite a bit because there's a lot of stuff that falls right down my alley that you don't see at 2-channel stuff. So I'm happy to be able to bring my expertise to that stuff, particularly in multi-channel lifestyle, AV kind of things, which is really cool. And they're going to have a whole lifestyle lounge which is exciting too. I go to Cedia every year. The thing about Cedia though is that there's just no 2-channel there, right? It's all multi-channel home theater, home automation control, that kind of stuff. So I missed that part of the market. So this show is kind of cool for me because it's got a little bit of all that stuff sprinkled in there, and hopefully that was by design and not just because these are the people that we could get. You know what I mean? But it seems like it's a good mix. All right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah. Okay. There's some comments that I had covered up as I went through that list. And Poetry on Plastic says, last time I saw Audio Note at a show, they didn't bring any of their phono stuff, which was a huge bummer. Well, hopefully this time is not a letdown. And Richard, a turtle is a reptile. Come on, guys. So we want to know more about the turtle bath.
More about the turtle bath?
Yeah, we want to know more about this turtle.
I put him in the bath before the live stream started, and I thought he'd be okay for the hour. And then I started hearing him thrashing around and getting upset in the bath. So I had to take him out and put him back in his living quarters.
Oh my!
But he takes the bath in the Costco 39-gallon storage tub.
Oh, cool! Bath. Nice. Richard says, so I've got a review of the UDP 800 up on my channel. And I took a little longer sending it back than I should have. I missed an email and then they didn't write back, and then we couldn't connect a couple of times. So it took a while for me to get that return. So I think they're angry with me. I think they're not happy with me about that. But if they want me to do a 900 review, I'd be happy to do that for them. But I do have the UDP 800 out there, and the UDP 800 and 900 are what I call Oppo file players. So for the folks that love the old Oppo disc players, Magnetar is kind of like a new kind of version of that style Blu-ray player. Not for the normal kind of home theater person at all. This is for somebody who really wants to mix up a little bit of like SACD or multi-channel SACD playback with their home theater stuff. And then Jake obviously is a big fan of Howard. Big fan there. And I think that's going to bring us to the end of the show because we are right at the top of the hour. Yep. If anybody has any questions or thoughts, this is your last chance. And if you'd like to get a picture of Ray with your reptile, make sure to bring them to the home entertainment show, and he'll be there
signing. Ray'll be there signing them.
Yeah, he'll sign the shell and everything in non-dangerous reptile approved.
Yes, please non-dangerous and legal reptiles.
Non-toxic
I don't know if you can bring them to the show, but I'd love to see some pictures.
So yeah. we have somebody lined up for next, I think.
We're working on a couple guests. Nothing official thus far, but probably towards the end of June, maybe the 23rd or 30th.
That's right. Okay.
Cool. And Richard says that they also play 3D movies. Indeed. And they are heavy, like he said. They are nice aluminum chunky players. So again, Magnestar, sorry it took so long to send that back, but you have it. And I wasn't even using it for anything. It's just sitting there. It's just my bad. Yeah, I think that's it. So Howard, we're gonna miss you this coming weekend.
Yeah, man.
Look forward to connecting with you at the next show that we're all at. But other than that, I think we're done. Everybody out there, remember, visit the Listening Chair, HiFi Turtle, and Giles McCoy on all of your favorite social media platforms. We're there. And on some of them, I am at the Giles McCoy. But make sure to like and subscribe, all those things. And also all of the HiFi Mafia channels so that you're notified whenever we do these videos. And we do these videos pretty much every Sunday.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine. Although next Sunday might be a challenge.
Yeah, next Sunday probably we'll miss it because we're three of us will be at the show.
Yeah, and it's uncommon for us to all be somewhere unless it is a show weekend. So things like the home entertainment show or Expona, those will be weekends where we're not around. But other than that, we'll be around for the most part. Yeah. And we'll see you there. And take care, buddy. See you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.